fruit fly, just like flying around as you were giving this beautiful explanation. And I want him to not be in the shot, of course.
It's like my kitchen.
It's, yep, same. Hello, fellow Drops fans. My name is Haley, and I am in our Pink Room studio here at the Fellow Store and Playground on Valencia Street, San Francisco. And I'm here with Ted from Equator today. How are you, Ted?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. Thank you so much for being here. I am really excited to talk to you about this week's drop that we're doing. Can you tell us what we're dropping?
We are dropping a coffee from Java. It's
from Java, not Java as a nickname of coffee, right?
This coffee, or should we say this is a Java from Java, from the Indonesian island that, you know, the name is synonymous with coffee. So this coffee is from the island of Java in Indonesia, and it's from a region called Argopuro. There's a mountain range there, and the coffee growers kind of live around the mountain, harvest coffee, and they're really kind of pushing the envelope there with coffee quality
Cool.
and experimentation. You know, this is a very special processing method. So Java is kind of known for doing washed coffee,
Or semi-washed too, right?
I mean, Java's really known, I think, for big estates doing a lot of washed coffee.
Gotcha.
Sumatra is really well known for doing wet hulled coffee.
Sure.
So it's kind of a variation of washed coffee, but that they're really different flavor profiles, even though the islands are neighboring each other.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, this is kind of a natural lactic processed coffee. So
Yeah,
it's quite different.
What is lactic natural? Like, can we talk about and go into like what that is and a little bit about, you know, what the heck?
Right. So yeah, I mean, in Java, they're known for very large estates where they're doing wash processed coffee typically. You know, I think it has a reputation for having good quality coffee, but not like outstanding quality coffee. And what they're doing kind of in this region is really focusing on kind of elevating quality. And one of the ways they're doing that is through kind of processing experimentation. Most people know that a natural processed coffee is where the coffee bean or the seed kind of dries inside the fruit. And that's what's happening here. The lactic part is that lactic acid starter is added during the fermentation stage, and that kind of really changes the flavor of the coffee.
Got it. So it's like an extra step in processing.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome. Well, before we get into more about why this coffee is cool AF, I would like to tell you guys what my brew recipe is. So I did a pretty standard 16:1 ratio, the 22 grams in to 350 grams out at 205 degrees Fahrenheit. I did a 2 2/3 grind setting on standard oud, 3 2/3 with oud with SSP. Kind of a medium fine per your suggestion, Ted. So yeah, let's talk about what we're tasting in this coffee. What are you tasting in this coffee? We'll get into actually tasting it as well, which is super exciting.
Let's taste it. Yeah, I mean, I think this coffee is nice in that the fruit flavors that come across to me have like a lot of dried berry fruits, blueberry, blackcurrant, raisin, plum-like fruit characteristics.
I get the berries for sure on the nose, and the currant. Like that's what's coming through, like aromatically to me right now. Cheers, by the way. Not to make a sip again.
Yes. You know, a little bit of kind of sweet roasted nuts, candied nut kind of characteristic, almond.
Sure, that's coming out in the mouthfeel too. I feel like there's this like fluffy sort of decadence to it. That's really interesting. And it's just still super clean.
Yeah, and the fruitiness is really standing out in this recipe that you did. I'm getting kind of some like caramel or butterscotch like sweetness from the coffee as well. And our relationship with Belift, the exporter of this coffee, is really strong. They've been great partners, relatively new to coffee. This is just the second time they've exported coffee and kind of moving into their third season. And they're really focused on elevating coffee quality coming out of Java and soon other Indonesian islands.
That's awesome. Go Belift.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again for being here, Ted. Is there anything that you'd like to plug, some cool stuff that Equator's doing?
Equator has cafes now in Southern California. Well, one cafe in Southern California so far, Culver City. And then, of course, we're in the Bay Area. You know, we're based in Marin County, north of San Francisco. We have cafes there in Mill Valley, Sausalito, Larkspur, as well as in the city of San Francisco and in Oakland. So, yeah. Stop by one of the cafes and or you can enjoy Equator coffee at home anytime.
Yep. We always at Fellow Drops love partnering with y'all at Equator. You'll have to send everyone my best over there, Helen and Brooke.
Will do.
And thank you so much for being here, Fellow Drops fans. As always, it's easy to order from Fellow Drops. All you have to do is text us back with a number, right? The amount of bags that you would like, 1 to however many. And we will send you coffee. If you don't text us back, no harm, no foul. We're not going to be mad. We won't send you coffee either, and we won't charge you. But we always love hearing from you in the comment section too. If we can do anything different in these brew guide videos, or if you're liking them, just send us some love. That's totally cool. We'll see you again next week with a new brew guide. And thank you for being here, Ted.
Thank you for having us. Yeah. Thank you for having me.